So, after the US-Ukrainian peace talks in Berlin, quite a negative reaction in the Russian papers this morning. No sense that a peace deal is imminent. This is the Russian government paper Rossiyskaya Gazeta. It says Ukraine juggles with hopeless ideas at talks with the US delegation. The headline here is beating a dead horse. This is nothing more than a diplomatic game by Kiev, the paper says, to waste time. Moving on to Izvestia, which says, based on what's being said publicly, it's not worth getting hopes up that all sides will hammer out a single document that can be the basis for talks. It goes on to say, of all the parties in the peace process, the EU is the one most actively trying to prevent the appearance of a plan that would suit Russia. This is typical. We see the Kremlin time and time again blaming the EU for the lack of a peace deal, or rather a lack of a peace deal that would suit Russia. Moving on to Moskovsky Komsomolets this morning, and this article says, be realistic, no peace deal will be signed in the near future. Don't get excited, it's not ready. Then the writer goes on to say this, the only thing that will influence how soon this agreement will be ready is whether the Europeans go ahead with their reckless gamble of a reparations loan to Ukraine underwritten by frozen Russian assets. If they're clever and don't, there'll be a peace deal in April-May, when Ukraine's money runs out. The Europeans won't give their own money. If they go ahead and gamble, the fighting will go on for another year, half a year at least, and no talks will change that. Clearly, Moscow is nervous that the EU will use the frozen Russian assets. This is Komsomolskaya Pravda today. Its headline, ooh la la, we're stealing the Kremlin's assets. Here we see smiling EU leaders. Talking about Russia and money, let's go back to Moskovsky Komsomolets for Russia's economic problems. This article says the debts of Russians and Russian businesses to the state have increased by 20% this year to 3.3 trillion rubles. The article goes on to say the next step will be the blocking of accounts and the stopping of business, and then a string of bankruptcies. If we turn onto the front page here, this article suggests that from the new year, the price of alcohol in Russia in retail chains may go up on average by 10 to 17%. This cartoon, I sometimes struggle to understand some of the cartoons in the Russian papers, but I think what one of the snowmen here is saying is, I can't afford this by myself. Everything's getting so expensive.